I went to Gatwick. I went to Manchester, and the weather was just brutal, terrible. And it's crowded. And like again, please don't be offended about it. I was with my American friend, and like I love history. Okay, I love history. I was always amazed at the British Empire, how they just basically conquered the whole world, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, how did people get motivated? Because you have to really be motivated, have amazing leadership to do that, have like the biggest, best army, best military, best navy. And then when I went there a couple years ago, when it was really bloody miserable, terrible weather, I'm like, no wonder the British worked their ass off and to kick ass and to conquer the world.
Absolutely, to get out of
Like
here.
you go to Australia, oh, we gotta take over this land. We go to America, all right, we're gonna take over this land. I was like, no wonder they had the British Empire. They want to get off this island.
Well, it keeps you warm. It's all the activity keeps you warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was good. Yeah, I had a memorable time there.
Right.
I
Right.
don't want to talk about politics, but what's your take on Trump?
I don't follow politics. I don't care. I mean, I don't want to sound insensitive. My view is always, and this was another thing that network marketing got me in the right track. I used to like feel down and depressed. What's going on? I just realized it doesn't matter who wins. They're not going to help me. I'm just focus on myself and do what I do
No.
for myself. If they're going to tax me higher, then good. I'm going to make more money then, right? You want to be taxed higher. That means you make more money.
Mm.
So if you want to tax, I'll just make more. It's in my control. If you worry about what they do, I don't think. And I think I've watched a few documentaries. At the end of the day, we don't really know what's really going on anyway, right? We're just fed to believe with something's going on. So I don't really know what's happening. I just focus on
Yeah.
what can I do best today to make an impact on others, and that keeps me positive. I think if I learned about what Trump is going on, like I definitely wouldn't be on this call. I'll be like, oh my goodness, this is so screwed up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know Jason Brown then? I noticed that there was a picture of you and Jason together.
Yeah, that was interview Jason. Jason reached out to me a couple years ago. Um, we were on the show, then we kept in touch. I think he's been on the show twice. We took a picture out in GoPro a couple years ago. That was maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's got an amazing story, Jason.
He
He
has
does have
got
an amazing
an
story.
amazing. Yeah.
He does have that.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we get started now?
Yeah, we might as well.
I think pretty much we'll get the others on. I'll keep sending messages out to everyone else. But Simon, over to you, my friend.
Okay. Simon Chan, over to you, my friend.
I think when you said Simon, it was Simon Brooks, so he could introduce me. But sure, no worries, I'll go right here. Hey,
Okay. Well,
you know what? I'm gonna
guys,
share a few.
guys,
If you
this
can,
guy, Simon Chan, has built a team of 250,000 people. He's worth listening to. Do not think he just chews the cud. Do not think he doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy knows exactly what he's talking about. And he's going to share some golden nuggets with us. So make sure you got a lot of paper and a lot of ink in your pen. Simon, over to you, mate.
Thank you. Hey, if you can let me share, I'm gonna share some pictures,
Yeah,
and then
2
I'll go
seconds.
right into talking about the holidays and setting goals. So if I can share my screen,
2
Roger,
seconds.
let me be a co-host.
And you're good.
All right. Anyway, where's everyone from? Why don't you just let me know where you're from? Type it in there. I guess I should have asked that first before I talked about that joke about the UK. But I love you guys. It was awesome. So, and I love history. I'm always fascinated. I always believe history repeats itself, and it applies to business as well. Things repeats itself, right? You look for trends, you look for what's happening, and right now, really, is the best time to grow your business. And it's because of the holidays. It's also what's happening with the economy right now. So good. So we have people from Glasgow, wow, Austria, Birmingham, Sheffield, Belgium. Right, I'm out in Los Angeles. It is a little bit better weather, warmer here than the UK. But hey, let me just start. My purpose to have a positive impact as many lives. I want to make impact on you today. I believe everyone can be successful in network marketing. And my mission is to help 1,000 people get to $1,000 a month. And maybe you're earning that already, but it's to help your teams get to that level. And it's right now, this is something you have to be aware of. We are in the distraction economy, and it's so easy to be distracted, right? Drop it at 1 if you feel like it's so easy. You have more distractions nowadays than ever. And they say these phones, you can use it to make money, or they are weapons of mass distraction, right? And you get no work done. And so it's really hard to stay consistent. But I'll tell you the number one skill, and a lot of you, I know you're going for rank, you have big goals for next coming year. The number one skill is consistency. And without consistency, you're never going to be successful. I'm going to share a lot of strategies, things you can do, but if you don't do it consistently, you're not going to make it. Okay, share a couple of things. I think last time I told Simon this, he got a little nervous about it. I'm sure commission checks, but here's a commission check. When I first started, once upon a time, almost 20 years ago, I had an awesome commission check of 0. Now that's not 5 zeros, it's 1 0, 1 digit, a big bagel of 0. I was then, a couple of weeks later, still a donut. And then a couple of weeks later, a bagel. Then a pancake. Then a big goose egg. And then I can't think of any food objects. 0, whatever's round. Okay, a potato or something. Oh, potato. But by the way, I was just struggling. And by the way, these are not the same screenshots. It's different screenshots. And what the thing was I was talking too much to too few people. I was hoping, I want to get this one person in. I hope spending all the time in. See, the key to the business is you want to talk less to more people. Talk less to more people. You want to let people know about what you have. The more, the better. Okay. And my turning point was someone helped me become consistent. And I actually finally got my check, $200 check. And eventually, I started building online. If you hopped on early, I talked about I had low self-esteem issues. I was I speak funny. And actually, it's a joke here. You're probably not going to hear many people with my voice. I have a very different, unique voice. And my first day at university, I met a friend, and he actually thought I was from the UK because he never heard of someone from America that talks like me. He thought I had a British accent. But I've been building online, so I didn't have many friends. I've been building online. Most of you, maybe you're too young. You have to be as old as Simon Brooks. You remember these type of monitors at home? It's a big
easy, Tiger.
But you gotta have some fun here, right? So that was me building online. I built a team of over 200,000. Was the fastest growing distributor. And then network marketing, you need duplication, right? You need to duplicate. So my wife and I, we started duplicating. We went from 2 of us, next thing you know, there's 5 of us, and there's a zoo here. My oldest son, the white fluffy one, we haven't figured out how to duplicate him yet, but as you can tell, my other sons, they look exactly like me or my wife. And that's a recent picture of us. My oldest is 9. Actually, my first son, the white fluffy one, he's 12. His birthday is coming up in 4 days. Then I have a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and almost 5-year-old. And we didn't plan it this way. They're almost exactly 2 years and 4 months apart, including Obi the dog. Okay, we didn't plan it out that way. But this was a couple years ago, crazy day, crazy morning. And I know if you have kids, you have a lot of things going on. I know how it is. My wife was making breakfast. My other two, I'm gonna come on, get them ready for school, and have the youngest one in my arms. They're like, this is crazy. But the beautiful part of our profession is you can do this part-time. Okay, you don't need much time, but you definitely need focused time. And then since 2013, I've been a full-time trainer in this amazing profession. So I'm going to talk that's a little bit about my background. But here's the bonus: I want you to not just take notes. I want you to think about what's one thing you plan to take action on. Because if you just take notes and not take action, it's a waste of your time. It's not about how many notes you take, it's how quickly you can take action on something you learned, right? So if I'm sharing something, I can do this today, put an asterisk on it, right? Here's a note-taking tip. I normally, if I was writing notes, on one side I'll write notes, and on the other side I'll draw like a little line, right? I'll draw a line here, okay? If I'm writing notes here, if I feel something I'm gonna take action on, I'm gonna make a little star. So when you go through your notes, you just look at the stars. You don't have to read every single note. Because remember, you're an entrepreneur. It's how quickly you take action on. Now, some of you, you're like me. I actually don't use paper. I can't stand paper. But if you use Evernote or like a digital, right? You can copy. Beautiful thing is copy and paste. At the top, you put action. And if you type in some notes and you feel, wow, that's something I'm going to take action on, you copy and paste it and put it at the top of that note. So when you see it, when you review it, that's the first thing you see. It's really important. You know, money likes speed. And it's how quickly you can implement what you're going to learn that determines success. So, by the way, if you plan to take action on something, which I want you to, tag me on a Facebook or Instagram story. It's Simon W. Chan. I want to know what you plan to take action on. If it's good, I'll actually repost you. Okay, give you some exposure. So, let's talk about the holidays right now. Okay, we're in the holiday season. It is really, really, really important that you build your business now. Sometimes I get a question that, oh, if people are distracted, people are holiday shopping, they're not really interested. Let me ask you, how many of you are entrepreneur? Type in the 2. If you're an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur, type in the 2. Okay, you're a businessman, you're 2. I think every one of you here are, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, you got to think like an entrepreneur and not like a consumer. Because every entrepreneur, every business now, they are crushing it. They are focused. They are working their butts off. The holiday season is not the time to relax. And actually, if you're in the U.S., you have friends in the U.S., your team downline members in the U.S., November, this is like the holiday week right now, Thanksgiving. But it is the time to really step up. And if you look at every business out there, whether it's Apple Computer, Samsung, Amazon, right? Whether it is, I don't know, the grocery store, Tesco, whatever, they are pushing hard right now. And in many companies, how well they do in the last quarter, October, November, December, determines how well, in a publicly traded company, how well the stock does. They're making a push to end the year strong. So you have to think like a business person and not a consumer. If you're a consumer, you're like, all right, it's time to relax. It's the holiday season. But you're an entrepreneur. You got to think, I got to close sales. I got to make it happen right now. Because this is the selling season. This is the buying season. Businesses grow. And actually, when I look back to my buy business, most of my top leaders all came in during November, December. And I'll give you a reason why. The first reason why is people are in the buying mode right now. They're buying. They're buying, right? And you have to understand psychology. So, for example, like Jan, if I pick on you, that means I like you. So, Jan, like, have you ever been to like a grocery store, right? And you purchase things that you didn't expect, wasn't planning to buy, right? We all done that, right? Maybe you bought like this candy or some magazine, whatever. This you bought. But if I just told you, would you go to the store and buy that right now? You're like, oh, I'm not going to buy that. Right, but it's because you're at the store, you're buying already. It's very easy to buy a little bit more. See, marketers know that, and that's what, like, if you buy a car, if I say, hey, so how many of you want to spend $1,000 in upgrading your car? You probably say, I don't have $1,000 to upgrade my car, right? But when you're buying your car, and the person say, we put a moonroof and leather seats for extra $1,000, $2,000, you're like, okay, sure, no problem, I'll do it. Because you're buying already, you're spending a big purchase. So when you're spending like, just say 50, 40,000, 30,000 pounds to buy a car, extra 500 pounds for a moonroof, no problem. It's just like when you go shopping, you're shopping, or ladies, you're buying clothes. Oh, get another, a 50-pound belt for $50. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if you go shopping much. All I do is wear ML Nation shirts. But I know when you go shopping, you buying ties. Oh, buying shoes. Yeah, you're buying like a nice suit. Oh, sure, I'll buy another $150 pair of shoes. But I'm just saying, you could go out to the store and buy. You're not going to buy. So when people are buying once, it's very easy to get them to buy again and again and again, right? And people are buying right now because of holiday shopping. They're buying. Then the mindset is okay to spend money. How many of you have heard this? Maybe you spent money and you say, oh, you spent, oh, the damage is done, or whatever. Have you heard that? Oh, the damage is done, let's go, okay? Right? You're at the pub, you drink, oh, the damage is done, let's go get another round of drinks, or whatever, right? Because once you're used to buying, it's very easy to buy again. It's the same applies to the business. People are used to buying. It's very easy to get them buy join your business, use your service. It's very easy right now. Now, what happens in January? What happens in January? What people are not focused on buying. What are they thinking about? They're thinking, oh my goodness, my credit card bill. I gotta pay this off. They'll tell you why I don't have money now. I gotta pay off my credit card bill. They gotta pay everything they spent in the November, December, and January. Right? It's much easier to get them to start it right now. Now, second thing is people are reflective during this time. Okay, so what I mean by reflective, they think about things, right? And you see this in the media. By the way, the media is doing a great job for us by telling us this has been a tough year, been an awful year. What do most people hope for? They'll hope for a better year, right? What do people want? They want probably better health, better finances, right? That's what they want. That's what they're hoping for. They're thinking about, I can't wait for January to start. I'm off to a new start. They want a new start. They want to change. Doesn't that sound like a really good prospect? Someone who wants change. By the way, your best prospects are ones in transition. In transition, they're looking for a change, right? Someone that just got I'll give you an example. Someone that just got a new job, probably not a good prospect. But 6 months later, they hate the job, they want to change, they're a good prospect. Someone that just got married, we need to save money for a house, great prospect, they're in transition. Someone that just had a baby, we got buy extra money for diapers, that's the person in transition. Someone that's a mother that's ending maternity leave, got to go back to work, that's the person in transition. Your best prospects are ones in transition, change. And right now, people want change. They're looking for a fresh start. So what better time, right? A lot of these people who want new change, you're not going to get these type of prospects in June. In June, July, then into the holidays, right? Summer vacation, nice weather. November, December is when they're open for change. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas and things to do, and then we're going to talk about goal setting. What you can do. So the first thing is you have to change your mindset, right? I talked about that. This is the best time to grow your business, thinking like an entrepreneur. And also, why the holidays are good is because conversations create business. Or any type of business, whether it's network marketing, whether it's selling real estate, cars, or whatever, starts with a conversation. A conversation with someone. And right now during the holidays, it's a great time to have conversations. It's normal, right? And actually in the holiday season, people maybe, I know in the US here, maybe you have US team members, they send holiday cards, holiday greeting cards. It's the way to start conversations. Holiday get-togethers, start conversations. So think about in what ways can you create conversations? And that's, by the way, that's the whole point of social media. The whole purpose of social media is not to recruit someone, not to sell, whatever. It is to create a conversation. Post something that creates a conversation. I'll talk about some social media ideas for you. Okay, another thing that creates conversations is holiday get-togethers. Right? Set a goal. How many get-togethers that can
Nothing really. Moon, he just said he wants to sell his PlayStation 4 a lot quicker than his birthday. Because obviously people are selling
Michael, can you mute yourself, please? Michael Fletcher.
Dave Clay, can you mute
Dave
yourself?
Clay.
He sells them close to his birthday. They haven't got long
Dave Clay.
for Christmas, and then
Dave
people
Clay.
start buying.
Dave Clay.
I'll sort it.
He says if he sells it now, then he's sitting in his room without it. He'd like to sell it now, but then
okay.
he'd have nothing.
I know, but then he's going to have nothing on his
I said that, and he goes, well.
I did conversations create business. Someone's buying a PS4, PlayStation 4. Conversations create business. There we go. Hey, but just really think about that. How can you create more conversations? Holiday get-togethers, giving creates conversations. Donating, helping out in your community. It could be just reaching out to a friend, offering support. Right? How's it going, mate? How just want to check in on you? Create conversations. Right? Social media is another, and I'm gonna talk about social media last. Another thing you can do to grow your business. By the way, this all leads up to momentum for January. Don't ever wait to, in January I'm going to kickstart my business. It's not. It starts in November, December. Momentum, it takes time to build. All right. So one thing you can do, ask your current customers. Ask people, hey, ask for referrals. Do you know anyone that wants to buy your products, services? How many of you, and I'm going to share something with you. I don't know if this works in the other countries. This one that's really helped me out a lot was, when does the fiscal year end in the UK?
April.
The tax year.
April.
Ends in April. Okay. All right. So it's probably not going to work in the UK much, but if you have downlines in the US, it works really well. And I signed up a lot of people like this, right? Because your initial, when you get started, it's a tax write-off. In the US, because your business is a business expense. So when in the fiscal year in the US ends on December 31st. So if you get started before December 31st, you can write off your startup package and get your money back in 2 or 3 months in February, March. If you get started in January, you still get your money back, but you gotta wait for the following year. Right? So I always emphasize the tax advantages. If you have someone, a friend, prospect in America, use that. Okay, even someone says, I'm not ready to build a business, I'm going on vacation. No problem. We'll get you started in December. At least you can take care of the tax advantage, get your tax rebate in 3 months. And then you can do the business in January. All right, let's talk about social media, right? People, like I mentioned, people are reflective during this time. So create content. Content creates authority. So there's different types of content. I'll give you content ideas. Is, for example, doing a gratitude post. Okay, gratitude post, and I'll give you a couple examples in a bit. A Facebook Live. You can do a vision post. Your vision of the year. Excitement. Or you can do a Zoom. So what do you actually talk about, right? First thing, you can talk about goal setting. People out there set New Year's resolutions. They want a better year. You could teach people. You've all learned in your company from Simon how to set goals. You've attended a couple trainings about goal setting. Teach that, right? Here's a couple quick tips about goal setting. By the way, if you don't know it, then go read a quick book read a blog about goal setting and teach it. By the way, the more you show up and teach something, people will start seeing you differently. They start seeing you as an authority. If you, let me ask you this question. If you, I know it's kind of late, it's 9 o'clock at night in Europe right now. If you want to order pizza right now, something really quick, delivered to you right now, who would you call? Want pizza real quick.
Just Eat.
Just Eat, okay? Some of you go Pizza Hut. Or Domino's. Right? Not, I'm not saying good pizza, I'm saying quick pizza. Right? You want something, and why do people, it doesn't matter where, I asked this question, the Philippines, or in Australia, the US, Europe, why do you think Domino's, or you think Pizza Hut, is because they have done so much marketing, messaging out there, so it's in your mind. Right? If you want people to follow you, the mistake that a lot of network marketers make is they don't understand marketing needs repeated exposure. They say, oh, I posted this one time. I didn't get any signups. No one reached out to me. But that's one time. We're in the distraction economy. The one time you posted it, number one, it doesn't mean everyone sees it. Facebook or Instagram, whatever, may not have shown it to everyone. And number two is they may just scroll in the feed and didn't pay attention to it. You need to consistently put yourself out there. So if you're doing talk about goal setting, talk about it once a week, twice a week. Here's a good tip, quick tip about goal setting. Here's how I keep track of my goals. What is your routine about goal setting? And when people by the way, the people who set goals, are they generally more successful than ones who don't? They're more successful, right? So immediately when you start talking about goals a lot, teaching people to do it, they respect you more. And then when they think, well, you know what advice can you give me for this coming year? Now you have a great prospect. Is this helpful? Okay.
Very.
Number two is just being positive. Positivity will get you attention. You want to get people's attention? Be positive. Now they say positivity doesn't guarantee you success. That's true. But negativity guarantees failure. So it must be positive. So one way to be positive is, hey, I'm so excited for this past year. I know it's been a tough year for everyone, but I'm so grateful for our team and what I've learned from my business. 2021 is going to be even better. That'll get people's attention. Your people see that, they're like, so what happens to your business? Do a gratitude post. I'm so grateful for our leader for putting this training course every Tuesday night. I'm learning how to just grow my business during the holidays. So thankful for Simon and Roger for putting this together. That's it. Take a screenshot of it right now. And people are like, oh, what is it? Now, if you do it one time, they may get one or two comments, but you do it over and over and over again. People are like, okay. Because people buy your change. I talked about this last time. For those who missed it, people buy your change, your commitment, and your consistency. Right? Your change. How have you changed? Maybe you say, hey, I used to be very negative. Before I became an entrepreneur, I've been really freaked out because of what happened this year. But thanks to what I've learned, I've been more positive and much more happier. That'll get people wondering, what have you been doing? See, remember, social media, the purpose is not to sell, is to create a conversation. People ask you, so what is it about? What do you do? So positivity, gratitude, being grateful. But that's the thing. Every time you are attend a team training, company training, express gratitude. You don't need to, by the way, talk about the name of your company, but just talk about, I'm so grateful for my business, grateful for my leaders and mentors who have helped change my life. They see that over and over and over again. They start seeing you differently. Okay? And when people are reflective, they'll go to you. Here's a rule for marketing, networking too. Networking is not who you know. People think, well, I know a lot of people. That's worthless. Networking marketing is who will think of you when they need what you have. That's my question to you. When someone like, wow, gosh, this has been a tough year. I can't wait for next year to be better. Do something. Will they think of you? When someone says, well, I need to actually worry about my job. Maybe I should have a second income stream. I should do Uber, do something working from home. Will they think of you? If they're not thinking of you, you need to market yourself better. Okay? Is this helpful? Okay? It's about who will they think of. It's just like, hey, you're hungry for pizza. Who did you think of? Whoever you thought of, Domino's Pizza or Just Eat, they did a good job marketing to you. That's marketing. It's like, oh, I have a huge list of people, but they're not thinking about you. The way you make them think about you is consistently posting. Now, talk about positive mindset. Talk about how many of you do your best to stay healthy? Type in a 1. If you do your best to stay healthy. Right? You have some type of exercise routine. Right? I know a lot of you are, because entrepreneurs take care of the health. Right? Because without the health, you can't make any money. So share a health-related tips. I know you're not in a health company, but share health-related tips. Because why? Because that's what people are looking for right now. Remember, during this time, when people are reflective, during the new year coming up, they want 3 things. They want better health, they want better relationships, and they want more money. So those are 3 things you can talk about. Health-related tips, financial tips, relationship tips. In terms of relationship, I'm going to give you one more, right? Post stuff about fun, camaraderie, relationships. Because during the holidays, there's one group of people that's kind of sometimes sad. What are the people that are kind of down, sad during the holidays? What do you think? The people who are lonely, people who don't have friends, who don't have a community. Right? They're looking because they see everyone having get-togethers, parties, especially now during this time, because you may not have family get-togethers. Actually, in fact, I live in California. They said that in Thanksgiving, we used to have a big Thanksgiving dinner, 20 people. The law now, you cannot have more than 6 people at a Thanksgiving dinner. So we've been doing Thanksgivings at my cousin's for the last 12 years, and this year we cannot. Right? It's kind of really a bummer. But they have a law that says if you have a funeral you can have up to 30 people at the funeral. 6 for Thanksgiving, 30 for a funeral. So me and my friends was like, you know what we're going to do? I told my cousin, we're just going to have a funeral for our pet turkey. Then we got 30 people. Right? So but that's the thing. People are at home now, right? They want camaraderie, they want fun, they want relationships. So share about if you had a good time with your team. I think this is my second time speaking to you. You're like great people. You're smiles. You're excited. You're laughing at my jokes. Say I like you. You like it laughing at my jokes. You're having a good time. Share this with people, because the person that has no community, like, hey, how are you having so much fun? Remember, people join the business not just to make money. They want it to be fun. And that's like a tip for you. If you have downlines, you just can't always push business making money. You gotta make it fun. When people have fun, they stay. When it's fun, they want to join a group. So do something fun, do something silly, whatever. Post it. Show that how awesome your business is, your team is. Right? Talk about. You can say, hey, this year I've been so lonely. This has been a rough year, but I'm so thankful for our team, for the fun we have. Every Tuesday night, I'm learning and I'm having a blast. People are like, oh, what do you do? And like I said, it's marketing. It's like seeing the Domino's pizza thing over and over. They see you post that all the time, over and over and over again. That creates conversations. They'll say, hey, so what do you do? What do you actually do? I have a coaching client. I've been working with her, and she went from the last month, had like 3 random people that she used to work with that reached out to her. So they go, what do you do? Actually, you seem like you're very, by the way, she's not even making that much money. She's making only $100 a month, okay? Not much money. But they reached out to her, say, hey, you seem to be really, how's your business? Seems like you're really successful. Right, but if you ever feel like you need to make money, have checks to get people to sign up, that's the wrong type of mindset. Because every person started without any results. But you need to be, like I said, change, commitment, consistency. People saw her change. She used to be shy and quiet. Now she's doing live videos. She's posting, taking selfies. Oh, you must be, and she's doing exactly what I'm sharing with you. Gratitude post, being positive, and people, wow, your business must be awesome. I want to learn more. Out of the 3 people, got 2 signups like that. But you have to be showing up on social media every day. Okay, so another one you can talk about. So you can talk about how you changed health-wise, how you changed financially. Maybe you were financially, you didn't know anything, but now your financial education. Talk about what you've learned, right? These are all things. Oh, get holiday cash is another one. Hey, you need some extra holiday cash. I'll teach you how to do it. I'll teach you what to do on social media. Because people want extra holiday cash right now. They're spending and they want to spend, right? So posting this type of content, remember, content creates authority and respect. Last thing I want to share with you. What is set goals for this coming year, and it's for the holidays and for January. This is a couple important things, right? Is number one, and this is a mistake that we all do this. You set like an income goal, especially when you're first starting out. Oh, I want to get to this goal, income. Or I want to get to this rank, whatever. But it doesn't happen, because behind every goal, you must have a system in place. You must have a plan in place. And the plan and the system is based on activity. Right? You got to create the time to do the activity. So if you're like $100 a month, how do I get to $500 a month? First goal is, okay, create the volume goal. Look at your pay plan and realistically, how much volume do you need to get to that goal? Okay? Focus on volume, and the rank and the income will come. Set the volume goal first. So, and you work the numbers backwards. So if I want to make $500 a month, how many people do I need? If I want to make $2,000 a month, how many people do I need? Right? And another mistake is, I'm sponsor one, everyone's going to sponsor. Just assume none of your team does anything, because you're the leader. How much do you single-handedly have to do? Do that calculation. Now, if you do everything and your team does something, then that's a great bonus. You made it. That's a bonus. But don't think, oh, I'm going to do a little bit. John's going to do some a little bit. Roger's going to do a little bit. Everyone's going to do a little bit, and we'll make it. Because the chances are a lot of people don't do it. They're not on this training call. You know, why are they not on? To hear me speak? I have no idea. Maybe I speak too fast. They don't want to hear me. Maybe. But they're not. So people, just like downlines, why do some show up? Why do some do the work? They don't. Like Jim Rohn says, don't take that class. It will drive you crazy. But what you can't control what they do, but what you can control is what you do. You're the leader. And before you lead them, you lead yourself. You set a volume goal. We talk about consistent. We didn't spend much time this time to talk about consistency, but you got to create a schedule, a time to do that every day. I talk about every one of you are consistent. You shower every day. You brush your teeth every day, right? You create a time. You show up and you make it happen. Create that time to work on your business. You look at your pay plan, whatever goal you want. You set a volume goal. And I'm a big believer. You got a big goals. That's awesome. But set small, short-term goals. So you say, well, in 2021, I want to hit to this rank. Great. But before you do that, by June, where do you need to be? By March, where do you need to be? By the end of January, where do you need to be? And actually, more important, right now, okay, it's November 24th. By December 1st, where do you need to be? And you work small little goals. It's like and by the way, if you ever teach your team this, it's like crossing a big stream. Oh, I don't want to cross a stream. It's too big. Right? And then you get a couple of rejections, and then you're like, oh, So the way to keep going is, but imagine I put little pebbles, stones on the stream, and you can see each step where you're going. You take one step at a time. After a while, you've crossed the stream. Right? But you got to see the little pebbles. You got to see the stones where you can cross. So you focus on the volume, and most importantly, you focus on activity. Activity. Your DMO. You guys have a DMO. What should you be doing every day? I'll tell you one thing. You have to be following up. You have to be reaching out to new people, meeting new friends. But really important, you have to be posting. Like I said, if you do what I just shared with you, posting daily, you amount you get people to come to you. That is talk about 80-20 rule, the 20% that gives you the 80% return. And I just got a text today. Someone that thanked me, hey Simon, thank you for your coaching. Someone reached out to them. Okay, this guy's a multiple six-figure coaching, but he had someone else that was out of network marketing, built a business, sold it, and is coming back to the industry. Saw his post, been following him for like the last two and a half months, and said, all right, I decided, I think I want to join directly under you. Can you directly sponsor me? Put me directly under you. Right? Their pay plan. That's the way it is. So, but you have to be putting yourself out there, because ultimately, what are people buying? They're buying you, right? A prospect has 3 doubts. Is this for real? Can I do it? And will you help me? And if you show up every day, people will believe they can do it. Last thing is you have teams. A lot of you have team members. You're like the train. You set the example. If you go fast, your team will go fast. If you go slow, the train goes slow. If you stop, the train stops. If you go backwards, the train goes backwards. If you derail, the whole business is gone. Right? You got to set the example. You got to lead yourself. Set the example. Some of you, downlines don't get motivated by all the talk. They attend training, they get fired up, but then they don't do any action. You know when they get motivated? When they see you bring in new people. When they see you building. So that's another reason. Why should you go for a rank? Why should you have to set goals? Because that inspires your team. When you grow and add in new people to your business, that inspires them to take the next level. Because they're not dumb. They're like, oh, you talk all the time, but it's the same number of people on this training course. No one's growing. I don't see any rank advancements. They're not dumb. They know what's going on. You want your team to grow fast? You have to set the example. Maybe some of you are, I'm not into rank. I'm not into this big goals. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your team. So that's what I have for you, Simon. I just want to I don't want to throw too much. I want you all to tag me on something that you plan to take action on. Right? I gave you a lot of different post ideas, but it's really important. Now is the time to grow your business. And by the way, the economy is not good right now. It's the best time. Actually, in my MLM Nation show, it was like over 600 something episodes. 80% of the people, the leaders, joined during the last recession. Okay? Because when the economy is bad, especially small business owners, maybe they have to close shop. maybe they even lost money. What are they going to do? Get a job? Then they'll be screwed for the rest of their lives. They're not going to get a job. They want a business, but maybe they don't have the capital to start another business. They look at alternative business like network marketing. This is the time. The economy is the right time. The season, this is the time to grow your business. So anyway, I thank you for being on here. Simon, thank you for the welcome, having me on, trust and the friendship. And again, make sure you take action. One of the things I shared, tag me on a post, interested to see it. And remember, you're in the profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.
Simon, thank you. Really, really appreciate your input. And I think everybody on the call, thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I ask you
Don't make it happen, everyone.
Can I ask you a favor?
Sure.
Could you do another call in the new year for us?
I like it. You have no shame in asking. By the way, that's a key to that. No wonder you're successful. No. That's good. By the way, that's actually, hey, that's a lesson for you right there.
Don't know.
People are successful. I'm no shame. If you want a GET, you got an ASK, right? That's what my mentor told me. Yeah, I'll be absolutely happy to. Why don't you connect with Cody again? He work out my schedule, and then we can work something out. Definitely, we'll make it happen.
Be later on in January. So let's get Christmas out of the way. Let's get all the stuff out of the way. And let's rock and roll, and let's hit things big time in January. Simon,
sounds good.
Thank you so much for your time. Really, really appreciate it. From everybody in the team that's on this, and everybody that's going to watch the recording, thank you. Really appreciate it. Hope you're
welcome.
And your family, your children, have a phenomenal Christmas and enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you all. See you online.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Take care.
Yes. Okay, guys. Bye. So amazing content there, and we've heard. I've said a couple of times now in the last couple of days. We've heard a lot of training over the last few weeks, and yet the same things keep coming up time and time again. Consistency, small steps. You know, we talk about social media. We had our training with Larry Thompson last week, and Larry Thompson doesn't focus so much on social media, but what he told us to do was blend what he did with what the other guys are doing. What no one is saying is our way is better than the others. Bring things together and move the game forward. We had a perfect example tonight of how taking things back to basic and simplicity paid dividends, because that call that we did tonight, we had 69 people, Simon?
Yeah.
The Zoom.
That was the max. 69.
69 people on the call. It's ages since you guys have seen 69 people on a business opportunity presentation. It's because we pushed it. The fact that we kept that call really short, the fact that it's not recorded, the fact that we had live testimonials where you guys could say what results you were getting, and we can only do that if we don't record it. But the fact that we did that, Katie has someone who's looking at joining later on this week. Jamie has someone who's looking joining tomorrow. Daisy just sent me a message saying she's got someone who wants to join tomorrow. People are getting results off tonight's call. What you need to do now.
My lady's joining tonight.
Perfect. What you want to do now is just get the simplest invitation. Do not complicate it. Do not explain too much. That's what we've been doing wrong. And Simon and I have been banging our head against the wall for months saying, what is it that we're doing that everyone else in America is doing differently? And I think the difference is they're just going out with excitement and just saying, you've got to see this, it's really great. And people are saying, what's it all about? You've got to watch it. Don't explain it to people. Just get people to watch.
I have an idea. Why doesn't everybody put their camera on and wave massively, excitingly, if you would like that call more frequently? If you would like an opportunity call that's a live call that won't be recorded, that's got loads of testimonials where you can hear people how much money they're making if you would like that more frequently. Wave, put your camera on and wave massively. Can you put it on full screen, Watch?
It is on full screen for everyone. You need to change it on your end. I can see everyone waving. I can see.
Okay, let's just scroll through. Okay, yeah, everybody is waving massive. So I take that as a yes. Good. Okay, Roger and I see if we can sort out a game plan and see what we can do. You got to understand, a lot of you don't understand this, but Roger does the 99% of all the organizing on the basis of doing the slide presentation. Obviously, I speak to Roger several times a day and we map out the structure and everything else. But he's the guy that does it all. So if anybody thinks to himself, do you know something? I reckon I could do just as good a job as Roger. I wouldn't mind stepping in and doing it. I think Roger would find that like a breath of fresh air.
We've been saying,
if any of you
we've
are
been
interested,
saying for 12 months. I'm going to step in. We've been saying for the last 12 months, guys, we don't want this to be the Roger and Simon show. I want you guys stepping forward and saying, I'd like to do the presentation. Our prospects will like it better if they see you guys doing it, not us. It's going to take a little bit of sort of courage. You've got to sort of take a deep breath and just go for it. And guess what? You'll make some mistakes, but you know what? Nobody will care because everyone else that watches it will think you're a hero for doing it. And it will just, it ranks you further. When you start and when your prospects see you as the person that's doing the presentation, they take you that much more seriously. When they see you as being the person who's given a testimonial, they take you that much more seriously because they see a bunch of other people listening to you and they think, I've got to listen to this person. So anyone who wants to do that, if you look at that presentation, well, you can't look at that presentation, we didn't record it, but if you think back to what that presentation was like, there were a dozen slides. Every new slide, I don't have to rehearse anything. The slide tells me what to say. The slide tells me what to say. The only thing that I had separately to the slide is I've got a list. You can't see the names. Let's see if we can zoom in. There you go. I've got a list of everybody I'm going to speak to. So I know that I'm going to Bailey in Orkney, then Katie in Yorkshire, then Nick on the Wirral, Shelley back in Yorkshire, David Cheap up in Falkirk, Sue Wood in Worcestershire, David Lawson in Cheshire, Simon Brooks in Merseyside. That's it. That's the only bit that you need to organise. Everything else, all you've got to do is read what's on screen and do that. Zonia has a hand raised. Do you have a question?
Hi, Roger. It's Zona. You okay?
Zoni.
Zona.
Zona, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Zona.
You're up, lovely. How about if you do a one-time off Roger and Simon School presentation?
Yep.
How about that?
Tell me when.
I don't know.
Oh, you mean you want us to do a presentation where we teach you how to do it?
Yeah, just a one-time for the serious people.
Okay. Simon?
Yeah, I can do. Not
Okay.
got a problem with that.
All right, we can do that. We'll figure something out. We've got to figure
Could
a
you
time
guys,
to do
could
that.
you imagine if you guys, sorry, Roger, go on. There's a bit of a time delay.
I was waiting for you to speak.
No, okay. Could you imagine, guys, if you really, really turned up your prospecting results and it got massive, that we was ending up doing, let's say, a presentation every single night at, say, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, we did a presentation and then we did all our other trainings and our other events and everything else. So it's wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And you knew you had a system. See, the benefit of using the Zoom is you can invite, let's say, 10 or 20 or 30 people on, but you can see if they get on. That's the benefit with doing a live Zoom. Now, as I was speaking to, I think it might have been, I can't remember, somebody from Frontline people. This is the way I would do it, is if I invited, let's say 3 or 4 people, and I looked and they weren't on, I would always invite somebody on and turn around and say, great, Mary, can you do me a favor? Can you give me a call back after the call's finished to let me know what you like best? Does that sound fair? Oh, and by the way, when you do, I'm going to offer you a business proposition, because you always give them a hook. Now, if they don't phone you back, what do? Do you leave it, or do you turn around and say, oh, shame you didn't phone? No, I phone them and say, oh, Mary, I'm really sorry if you've been trying to get through. My phone's been manic. Absolutely. She won't have a clue because she never even bloody phoned. So do not worry. So then you turn around and say, oh, I'm so sorry if you didn't get on. Oh, wow. Okay, we've got another one tomorrow, but I've only got 2 lines available. Now, if I promise you one of these lines, you will not let me down, will you? You will take that line. So you put some urgency on it. You put some importance on it. There is a way of being a professional meeting inviter. I know I've learned this over 33 years, but I'll tell you now, the reason why I've done that is because I got pissed off when people let me down. So I thought to myself, no, I'm going to master this. I'm really going to master this. Because if I don't, I'm going to sink. And guess what? I didn't sink. And that's the benefit. So, yeah, great idea, Z. Me and Roger, we'll do a training on, we'll do a train the trainers. And we'll do an event where we can do something, I don't know, after tea or whenever we haven't got an event. Might be better to do it over weekend when we know we got no events, when we know we're not doing any training, when we know we're not doing any of that, we know people got time, and then we can do something.
I was thinking that. I can't do it this weekend, but we could maybe do it the weekend after. When are you flying out? When are you flying out?
21st of December.
All right, it's a month off, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
right, we've got time to do it. Okay, okay, we will do it. Yeah, got to think about what events we've got coming up, but we will do something. We'll do it on a Saturday. I've been saying to you for ages we should do something like that anyway for a Saturday.
Yeah.
Where we do some sort of training that we don't do, the stuff that we need to teach leaders. Because guys, you're the ones that took the effort to come on this call. We had another call, we had 69 people on, they're dropping out like flies right now. You're the guys that came on to be on this one. You're the future leaders. You're the ones that can take your team wherever you want it to be. And we've got the best mentors on the planet in this industry behind us, backing us, and helping us. We've got mentors who have made millions upon millions upon millions, but they make it because they care for the people that they're working with. So let's show you how to get that same passion across, how you can help people. You don't take from people, you help people to grow, and you can build your own business. I will never change my opinion. My favorite quote from any of the sales or networking marketing heroes in the world comes from Zig Ziglar, and it says, you can have everything if you want, if you'll just help enough other people get what they want. We do our damnedest to help you. We do everything we possibly can, and we'll never stop helping.
Can I ask Z a question?
Yes.
Z, was you doing that and saying that because you would like to do the presentation one day?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Fabulous.
10 out of 10 to you. 10 out of 10 to you.
I want to
Stepping
do
up.
one as well, just so you know, guys. I'm actually
No
happy
problem,
yeah.
Ian.
to offering.
Great, yeah.
Okay.
I'm happy
Okay.
to do one this weekend if you want. If you get the audience, I'll organize it. I'll create the presentation.
Okay.
Not as super slick as your presentations. Your presentations are too slick and too professional.
Oh, it's, I'll make a show. I'll make an event. I promise.
Yeah, no, it puts people off because people think I can't do that.
That's all right.
So it's impressive. It's seriously impressive, but people think I can't do that. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up. We spent a lot of your time tonight. Tomorrow night, Simon and I will be doing a live on Facebook. I think we should be just talking about keeping it simple tomorrow night.
Yeah.
I think we need to ram that message home at every
Very much
single opportunity, because since last Thursday when we spoke to Larry Thompson, we've spoken to people a few times now about keeping it simple, and you're all starting to get results. Yeah, I got a message from Bailey last night that had me in tears laughing, because he's gone back to keeping it simple and getting results. We've all been complicating it too much. We now have to sort of just keeping this as simple as it gets, because simple is duplicatable and you will grow. I honestly want to see every single one of you in 2021 hit the rank of chairman. And if we keep it simple, we know it can be done.
Yep.
Let's wrap it up. We will see you tomorrow night on our live, and we will see you on Thursday with Joe Gomez as well. He's got a special guest for us on Thursday.
Everybody unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.